Hello, my name is Miss Elizabeth and I'm from Sunshine State Academy. Today I'm going to show you how to do an activity I like to call magic paper. So what you will need for this today is a thicker paper, because we're going to use watercolors, preferably watercolor paper, but you can use other white colored thick paper as well. You're going to need crayons, specifically a white one, but you can use other colors as well, but white is what really makes this magic. You are going to need watercolors, water, and paintbrush. So this activity I like because you can use it in many different ways. So for the first example I have here, it's watercolor paper and it looks like it's just white paper. But on this I've used a white crayon and I've written some different sight words or vocabulary words on here. So this is really great for kids who are learning how to read, or maybe if they want a more creative, hands-on way to practice their spelling words. So you can use this with different ages and different levels. I've used it with preschool. I use it in my first grade classroom. It's a very versatile activity. So you take your paper and you can let your kids choose whatever colors they want to use, and they paint on the paper. And the idea behind this is that the wax is resistant to the water. So it should, and you have to be careful of how much water and paint they're using, but it should come off of the crayon. You have to make sure that you're doing the crayon thick enough. If you do it thin, it won't really show, and you paint on the paper and you have the kids find the words that you have painted. So it's kind of like a little kind of like a treasure hunt, but with words. And once they've painted, they can use different colors however they want. It should reveal what you have written. And so down here at the bottom you can see the word like. So here they paint it and then they have to read it. So you can do one, you can do many different ones, you can do this however you please. So that's really cool because it looks like this paper is special and magical, and the kids get really excited when they have a seemingly white piece of paper, and next thing they know, they have words on their paper. And it's also really fun and they get some control of the activity because they can choose whatever colors they like. You can also do this with other areas. It doesn't just have to be vocabulary words. On this paper I have math. So you can do with younger kids, you can do basic counting. You can have a certain number of objects and have them paint and then count, practice the one-to-one correspondence, subitizing, all of the different math elements that are great for your kids. With older kids, you can adapt it to their level. You can do tens and ones, you can do harder addition problems. You can really make it for your kids' level. This kind of activity is great when you have multiple age kids because you can have them all doing the same activity but with different math problems. So here I'm going to uncover this first problem. I'm going to use some different colors. And this works better when there's more water than paint. So make sure that they're not just slapping on a lot of paint. The reason it works is because the water helps the wax resist. If you're just putting the paint on, it's not going to do much. So here at the top you can see I wrote 4 plus 3. Below, I'll reveal now, I had also drawn the shapes so they could count. So here's 3 dots to match with the 3, and I have the same with 4, so they can count the dots and do the 4 plus 3 to solve it that way. I also wrote harder math problems for older kids to show. I set up my double-digit addition over here and subtraction. So here, my first graders are currently working on setting up their addition this way with double digits. So we can set it up this way, and then you can ask your kid, all right, can you add the ones together? All right, 0 plus 7 is 7. You can do this with more space so they can write the answer, or they can just verbally tell you. And then here, 2 plus 4 is 6. Over here I have set up a subtraction problem. And you can do the same. We do the 1, 7 minus 3 is 4, 6 minus 3 is 3. So our answer is 34. So here's just some different ways that you can do it. They can count dots. You don't even need numbers if your kids aren't ready for recognized symbols. You can just do the dots. A third way you can do this, and you can do it lots more. This is just 3 I'm tackling literacy, math, and then this one is just art. If your kids are really artistic and they want to do this on their own rather than for work, they can take a white crayon and draw a picture of their own to reveal, just to get some artistic expression out. Or if they get frustrated, sometimes younger kids get frustrated that they can't see what they're drawing with the whites. They can do it with other colors. You will see it on the paper, but it does give a cool effect. So on this side, I have here my white, but over here, let's see, I'll just draw real quick a flower so you can see what it would look like. All right, so on one side I have my whites, and on one side I have, so over here, if I paint, you will see the picture that I drew with white crayons. So if they're older, or if they don't mind that they can't see their work and they're not going to get frustrated, they can do it with whites. Or on this side, you can still do it, and it gives a really cool effect because it still comes off the paint, but they won't get as frustrated when they are painting. So here's some different ways that you can incorporate art into literacy, math, and do more artistic activities. Thank you for joining me.